Hi, you're welcome back to today's edition of Exuberance, the youth talk show program. We seek to administer, project, and air the ideas of our youth who have great potentials. This is the platform to exhibit it. Exuberance is brought to you by Buham Home of Car Tires and Batteries, Vida's Home of Cosmetic Products, the Sankey's Restaurant, and also New Sean Dental Clinic, also inside KNST Shopping Mall. There are so many programs that goes on about us in our daily lives, and also there is one aspect of our daily lives which can never be overlooked. This is fashion. Fashion, like politics, can never be skipped. Fashion, like politics, can never be dodged. So we are here today to discuss the essence of fashion and also the do's and don'ts of fashion. Join me after this short commercial break as I bring to you my guest. Stay tuned.
The Exuberance Talk Show is brought to you by Sankey's Restaurant, New Sean Dental Consult, Vida's Home of Cosmetics, Buham Home of Car Tires and Batteries.
You are welcome from the short commercial break, and that was my cherished sponsors of the program. So once again, Exuberance is a youth talk show program. We seek to administer, project, and air the ideas of our youth in promoting, developing, and also contributing to societal development. Here comes the youth platform. We seek to also share the ideas of our youth, which are very positive. Nation's development. As we go on to next on the program, I would want to introduce to you my guest. I know her for myself, but I would be of appreciation letting you know her for yourself as well. So I would leave it on to our guest to introduce herself to us. Mrs. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I am Yvonne Ajimaprembo.
Sure. So just as you come to know my guest, she's one of the intelligent ladies, one of the ladies who is here to come by, and just as you get to know her for yourself, we are here to dwell into her sense of knowledge and wisdom and character. You know, right? So next on the program, we would want to go on to our next session of the program, and that's the main content to the program. Our topic for discussion today, once again, is fashion. And fashion, from time we were born to time now, fashion has been reoccurring. Fashion has been of changes here and there. And today we are here to look at some questions, some discussable questions of fashion. First and foremost, we want to know fashion as an art. In our schools, in our daily lives, in our daily works of sphere, we learn so much about fashion, and some of us, we misconduct fashion to the extent that it can never be corrected. So we are here with our Mrs. Cheiba to once again correct and put the do's and don'ts so that you do not mistake yourself again. So with our guest, we want to know what fashion is in terms of art.
Okay, when we talk about fashion, just as I said earlier, it's very broad. Fashion is very broad, and everybody in one or two ways goes with fashion. We all do fashion. We all wear what is fashion. So when we talk about fashion, it's something that we can't finish talking about it now. So it's broad, but we just have to cut it and just go deep into what we really want to talk about.
Talking about fashion on this program, we'd want to consider fashion as an art. In our schools, this program is basically about the youth and we influencing our society with our courses of study. So in respect to your course of study, I know you for fashion. Sure. So I would want to know what fashion is about when we come to the aspect of arts.
As we know, and in arts, as we have diversity of arts, we have so many things that comes to form art. So as we have so many things that comes to form fashion. When we talk about fashion as just putting on clothes and shoes and other things, it doesn't end there. Fashion doesn't end there. Fashion goes to the extreme of even earrings that you wear, the shoes that you wear, the hairstyle that you put on, even as the men, the kind of hairstyle that they want to, trim their hair into. All these things comes up into fashion. It all comes up that makes it called fashion. When you take it to school as an art in school, or just as
an art broadly,
so as we keep on adding and taking some out, that becomes a fashion. Because we create. When you create, that becomes fashion. So you create and you make it well. Sometimes it's not about making, just create it. Somebody sees it and they try to copy or they try to do it. So that forms the art in there.
So from there, we got to know that fashion as an art is an aspect where you, in person, you try to make something to influence the society. But let's see to this. Are we as youth influencing our society in the proper aspect, or we are also diverting from the real fashion we are discussing here? On the program, we would want to know also, is fashion only about the outward appearance of a person, or there is more to fashion than just the flex and all this?
Okay, yeah, when we say fashion, it is not just about how you look outside. I keep on saying fashion is within. Who you are is within when it comes out. So how you plan, you have to plan it in your mind. You have to plan it. That is why sometimes we all have dresses and other things that we wear, but one may wear this dress and be like, wow, it looks good on you. The other person wearing doesn't look good on the person. So it's about how you create it, like just as creating it and starting from your mind. So fashion is just not about the outlook. It is not about what you wear. It starts from the mind. That is what I know fashion is from.
Oh, great. That was an excellent expression to me there, and I hope you viewers are also enjoying the show. And we've come to the realization that fashion is more of something to what we basically express. So more times you go about and you see someone misconstructing the person's self, and it is not eye sufficient at all. Yeah, you wouldn't like what your eyes will be seeing, but we come to realization from my guest, my noble guest. I told you she's full of knowledge, and I hope you're also enjoying the knowledge-wise of her. So she got us informed that fashion is not all about the outward appearance, where you wear fabrics, you put together patterns, and you just put on something just for showing sake. So we've come to the realization that fashion is more to what you've been doing. So next to discuss, we would want to know that fashion relates an individual's way of life. Just as we've come to the realization, we've got to know that fashion, there is more inside than out. So does it relate to one's behavior?
Yes, of course it does. It's a daily thing. It's a daily routine. It's a daily thing that we go through. We go through every day. Because every day you wear something, every day you think. So as you are growing as individual, as a person, you grow with fashion. So that is what I said from the beginning, that it's what you think, it's what is within. So if you grow every day, fashion also grows. So it becomes part of you. It's just a daily thing that you go through every day.
Wow. So from that one goes, from that submission comes another question. If fashion relates to one's way of behavior, then I'm forced to believe that our models and those who do fashion by showing themselves and they are born with it, or is by some way influenced by society.
Sometimes you can get an influence from society. As you're saying, models, with them, they pose out for people's dresses and other things, what people have created. So in that sense, they are being influenced by the people who created it. But seriously speaking, if you don't have that sense of fashion too, you can't think of doing all these things. Yeah. If you don't have the sense of fashion, as the model, you can't just think of let me just go do this or that. You have to feel it. You have to get it deep down in you, get to have the taste of it. Then you can bring it out well. Because even if you don't have that fashion sense, and you're falsely putting on the clothes or something, or anything to model or pose in, you can't do it well. You can't do it well. So it comes in a way, it comes by influence. And before the influence comes in, it's about you. It's about you.
It's about you.
Yeah.
That tells us more that fashion is also a potential. For one to be a fashionista, you need to be a potential learner. You need to be a learned, and also it must be given as a gift. Sure, you don't just wake up early in the morning putting all sorts of patterns together and making your fabrics. No, fashion is more to that. And we would want to know, does this has it amount to any development in our culture? Has it influenced our culture in a positive way?
As we are growing up, I keep on saying, life is dynamic. It changes. So now culture, some of the things we used to do, some we didn't come to meet. We were told. Others too, we experience it, or we do experience it. But as the world is changing, as the world is global, and it's keep on changing, and we are changing as human, as we are also changing. Everything changes. So in a way, it has affected our society. Because first, some of the things that we do, as we were, now has been improved. If I say improvement, some has been added and some has been taken. So it has gone with the fashion and the culture too. It has kind of way changes the culture. Yeah.
Sure. So with that, we would hear you really summarize it all, but we would want to know how positive fashion of our time has been, has contributed to a positive change in our culture. Fashion and culture, how positive does it be?
On the positive side, first, we know Africans, we are used to we have these African wears and other things, and the Europeans also have their own wears that they wear. But being it's positive to the fashion industry now, or being positive to the fashion to the society in the whole, first, we used to copy the foreigners, like we wear the jackets and all that. Yeah. But now it has come in a way that even our own, we can use this prints in getting our own jackets, printing, getting our own shoes. So it has also, it's helping. It's helping the society based on that, because we think of our own. We think of what we have here, our own beads and other things, and we model it into the foreign ones to get something nice out of it. We use our own natural things that we have here, things that we don't have to go buy it from outside. We model it into our own culture, like using it for our own things to bring it out, the nice edit of our own things. So it has. Fashion has really influenced. It has influenced the culture in a positive way.
Positive way. So that is a very nice exposition about fashion in relation to our culture. We come to the realization that fashion has not only been of negative influence to our culture, but also a positive influence to our culture. Here, join me after this short commercial break as we continue the discussion for this topic. Stay tuned.
The Exuberance talk show is brought to you by Sankee's Restaurant, New Sean Dental Consult, Vides Home of Cosmetics, Buham Home of Car Tires and Batteries.
Hello there. Yeah, you're welcome from that short commercial break, and that was my sponsors there. They've been sponsoring the program, also monitoring from afar. Next to our topic for discussion, and also the question for discussion at the moment, we would want to know, has fashion as a way of appearance affected moral code of conduct?
This question is it's kind of deep, because I know some will understand me, some won't understand me. Yeah, it has in a way, because now it looks like some of our youth, some of us, in the name of fashion, we overdress. Yeah, we overdress to look overboard, like we go beyond, or we go more than what is expected of us. Yes. So in this way, it becomes like how do I say it? It becomes like we some will become too artificial. Some way we become like we have overcopied the foreign culture into our culture as in our society, what we believe in. Yeah. So in a way, it has in a way it has made it go beyond. All in the name of fashion has made it go beyond what you're supposed to do.
So can it be said that without fashion, some of the misleadings we're experiencing in recent times wouldn't have happened?
Yeah, as I said earlier on, as we are growing and the world is changing in everything, there are so many things that comes up every day that as people we get to do with or get to experience it. Because not everybody wants to look sharp, everybody wants to look nice and in that way. So to me, if it had not been fashion, we would have gone to that extreme. Yeah, we wouldn't have known much to do that. But I just want to say, it's fashion. It keep on coming. It keep on coming.
Okay, so we would want to know in the aspect of fashion, we want to consider some of the don'ts in fashion. I know it's as don't. I don't know if it's a mark of fashion. On the side of our guys, they dress and now they want to be in their shorts, some short sneakers, and they call it fashion. Yeah, and I think also our celebrities are influencing our society, being it that they learn something from the outside country, they come here and they try to introduce it here, and knowing that our youth of our recent times, they also long go with the celebrity kind of dresses. So can it be said that fashion is really exposing us to abnormality? Yeah, abnormality. Yeah, because ladies also, I just talked about the guys. Ladies also dress and they want to. Talking of sharp, you use the word sharp in your exposition, and you said one wants to be sharp. Yeah, they also try in their attempt to look sharp. They appear so exposed. They tend to expose their bodies. How does that come about? Is that fashion? Is that the real fashion we are talking about?
That's why in the beginning when I was talking, I was like, fashion is what you do. Like back in school, we're told that we have fad fashion. That is, it comes and it goes. It doesn't stay. You know, there are some clothes and there are some things, some style of way or dresses that came up, and up to now we don't see it. Like it goes. Some comes and we just add. We subtract. That's how fashion goes. Fashion like it's just a style. It's just like we have jeans. Let me just use jeans. We have jeans, and jeans as in jeans. In jeans will never fade on. It will never go. So jeans can't be called like a fad. That's something that passes. No. Jeans is staying. But just that we add. We came like we have the crazy jeans, we have the faded jeans, we have the blue jeans. It's all jeans, but just that some comes to add to it, and some takes it off. So in that case, as the ring changes and coming in and coming out, is when sometimes we get to add so much that it becomes abnormal. That doesn't become real. And you know, as a fashion, we have fashion that everywhere and wherever you are going and what you're supposed to wear. As I said, when I was talking about like, fashion is from the mind. It's about you. It's from within. So if you know as yourself as a person, I am going for a wedding, I am supposed to wear this. I am going for class, as I'm going for lectures, I am supposed to wear this. I'm going for a dinner, I'm supposed to wear this. So if you're able to differentiate between all these things as your daily life, daily living, you're able to differentiate to what you wear, what not to wear, that in that sense, that makes it you. So if you overdress to a particular program or an event or where you're supposed to be, you overdress, that's when it becomes abnormal. Because when you take what is not supposed to be taken at that moment, you become weird, you become out of context, you become like not needed at that moment. But that is not what it's supposed to be. So when we copy, yes, sometimes we have the showbiz fashion, all these things. Some fashion or some of these things are just for stage performances. We don't take it out. So when you see somebody in bikinis and other things coming on stage to perform, it depends on what the person is really doing. The act is an act. What the person is doing. So when you see somebody in a shorts a tattered dress on stage in performance, and you think that is in vogue, that is fashion, so you are going to wear it outside. It makes it abnormal, and it makes it different from what is really being done. So that is it. So what you have to know what you wear at the right time to the right place. That is all.
So with our fashion students with us here and our Mrs. Seibafo, we would want to also point out some particular code of conduct as when we come to fashion. So Mrs., this kind of a game, but we would want to also advise our youth. So I point out an event and you just sharply prescribe an attire, a very decent one to us. So like maybe Felix wants to Felix, as he preferably wants us to call him Diabo. He wants to go for a program, but to skip all the negative fashion, the sagging and all those, I would want you to prescribe an attire for him, a friend's party.
Okay, as Felix being a guy, or Diabo being a guy or a man, that he wants to look guy in what he wears. He wants to look good, look sharp, as he wants to look like, ooh, top of the class when he gets to the wedding. And depending on the time of the wedding too. And
the friend's party.
A party, is it daytime? A night?
Nighttime. He been explained, likes to go for night parties.
Okay, night parties. Is it a young boys? You see, that's it, where you are going.
Wow.
Where you are going at that particular moment determines what you have to wear. So he's going for let's say he's going for a night program, a night wedding and party as he said, a friends. And Fellas, as I know, Fellas is not a grown boy that has to go like, it has to be like that old type, like go to the old Thomas wedding or party or something of that sort. So he will definitely go to a party of his class, as his mate party or somebody around his class party. So Fellas can just go in for jeans. If Fellas doesn't want to look, if he wants to look casual, if he has to look casual, look official. So if he wants to go for the mini casual one, he can go in for jeans, just as serious. At cut jeans, like you say, crazy jeans, not too much crazy. Like just a small cut, patches a little.
The crazy, try to be precise.
That's a little patches, like just a little patches. Okay, fine. If you're not the crazy type, let's just you can go in for faded jeans, not and the straight one, not a skinny, very skinny type that
he likes it very much. The fellas and
no, I just see the guys they wear the they have this very tight skinny that they wear.
Sure.
That is skinny and it looks like a leggings. It looks like a leggings, sure. Ladies' leggings. Sometimes I ask myself like, even as a man wearing this, how can you remove it? It's so tight on you that.
Yeah, and sorry for interrupting. They find it very difficult. I have this friend, whenever he's putting such dresses on, he wears it, and when he's moving about, you see that the person is he's really challenging himself. And as to how they come about it, they go in with this rubber bag, a polythene bag. Yes, they wrap it around the neck, and it's interesting as to how they go about it. So we want to find it out here. Is there also fashion before we move on to submission area?
Yes, it is, because it has come to be part of us now, because we see people doing it, so we will term it as fashion. We term it as fashion. That's what I said. It's about what you do, what you think you are coming out with. So it has come to stay. So it's fashion.
Okay,
so with the fellas that we were talking about earlier, fellas can just go in for jeans as normal jeans. Fellas can decide to go in a shirt and a jeans. A button shirt, yeah. A shirt. And one thing about fashion and how you determine, it's also about the body type of the person, and it's also about what a person feels comfortable in. What the person feels comfortable in. So, fellas, as maybe knowing fellas from just a normal view that I'm giving, just a normal view, fellas can just go in for jeans, try, or a clap tee with the sneakers on. It looks casual, yeah. I know it looks casual, but it depends on how you pose in it. Yeah. So you can go in for the sneakers. You have this guys. You have this type of sneakers that should go in. The clap tees, not just the normal clap tees, not the t-shirt one. You have the clap tee with the collar and that thing, with the front buttons. They can just button and just a little of the body, just a little to look a little tight on the skin. That is just go in for that, yeah, it's cool. I guess fellas will look good in that.
Great, great. So Felix, I think you have another prescription as to when you're going for a party. So don't be in those kind of easy words, and you know that's much try
You
to
don't have to
adapt
go
it.
in that slippers and
So
tell you what is it.
you know. So right here we would want to once again acknowledge our sponsors for this program. We have Riders Home of Cosmetic Products, Boam Home of Cat Eyes and Batteries, the New Sean Dental Consult, and also Sankey's Restaurant. Inside KNRC campus, the Jubilee Mall right inside the commercial area. So right here we want to take a short commercial break. Stay tuned as we continue the program.
The Exuberance talk show is brought to you by Sankey's Restaurant, New Sean Dental Consult, Vides Home of Cosmetics, Boham Home of Car Ties and Batteries.
You're welcome from that short commercial break, and that was my sponsor for the program. And also we would want to take a couple of questions before we move on to the closing section. I know the program is getting interesting and better, but we have no time. We would want to take one or two questions, then we take your comments as viewers. So here we want to know in the next 10 years, can it be said that fashion has really contributed to our society in a positive way in the next 10 years? How far would fashion have taken us to?
Yeah, we can still say, depending on what is going to come up, depending on what is going to be created as in the next 10 years to come, depending on new trends that are going to come. So, whatever being the case, as coming the positive, everything are coming the negative side. We have the positive side of it too. So yeah, it will definitely come out positive. It will definitely be positive as in the next 10 years to come, because everybody is getting to the fashion mode. Everybody is doing the fashion. So our generation, the down generation coming now, they are also buying into that fashion mode. So
we don't actually know the future from now. I would want to tell from our recent fashion, how, if you are to picture the future from our recent happenings in fashion, how is fashion going to be like? Because now in our times, we are exposing ourselves, and that is the utmost I think we'll be doing. So in the next 10 years, I can say that we will be using blades on our skin just for fashion. Is that fashion?
When you talk about blade on our skin too, it's also part of fashion, because we have tattoo. Tattoo is always part of fashion. Let me just say this to you, because I think I should have said this earlier, but just say this to you. Anything that you apply on the body, any foreign thing that you apply on the body. You see, when you go naked and you are just that, when you're born a baby, no tattoo, nothing. Just as a baby is born, that's a natural being. It's a baby. Oh, that's a natural being of a person. But anything that you apply on the body, that is not, that you are not born with, it's fashion.
It's fashion.
Anything that you add to the body, being it tattooing, being it piercing, everything is fashion. So,
okay, so from that exposition, we've come to see some models also exposing themselves all in the name of, I think there is a picture exposition called boudoir, and I don't know the name, boudoir and all those. When they have I don't want to use anyone's name here, but they go all naked or semi-nude, yeah, showing their curves in front of camera, yeah. And I think you're talking of fashion as to applying foreign materials on your own, but yeah, our models also go the extent of showing their naked part to camera without any foreign application, and they call that also fashion. So yeah, not long ago I was also there is this Ghanaian actress. during her birthday also went naked, and it went very viral. When she came across saying she has a mental problem and all in defense of her reputation. Would we defend that one as also fashion?
Probably she has seen somebody doing it before. Probably she has seen somebody doing it before. That made her to do that. Or she wanted to create something new. As you see, I said it's something that you create. So you do, and somebody follows you in doing that. It stays, it becomes fashion. Because in a way, 1 or 2 or 3 persons have done it. So it becomes like it's normal to do it. So anything, as you said, people just go on the camera, like just go naked and showing up the whole body naked, right? Every part of their body naked. Or maybe wearing some panty or bride or something. Semi. Meaning like they might be posing for let's say, money. They might be posing for maybe the wear. They might be anything like they might sometimes they can go like posing for that. I just maybe doing a bikini model or something. So in all that, just as they come out to show it publicly, when you ask them, they wouldn't tell you, I just feel like doing it. Sure. That wouldn't be their reason. Like, it is my body. So, you know, when you go naked, when you go naked publicly, without any reason, in Ghana, it's not allowed. Yeah, it is not allowed. Sure. When you go publicly naked, just that we like normal human being, nothing else. It is not, that's why they take it to the cameras and that it's for a show, it's for a program. I'm doing it for that reason. I'm doing it for that reason. So in all that, they have that mind behind that. Though they might not be doing it for that, but they'll come back to tell that I did for this particular reason. I did for that reason. So we tell me that fashion as well.
So I think her reasons are very well felt, and we would want to, in summary of this all, we've come to realization of some moralities and also abnormalities in it. So, but fashion in the real terms came to meet morality. So here, on our final question for discussion, we would want to know if it's ethically right for one to do fashion, for one to go all naked in the name of fashion. We would want to know from Miss Ibu, is it ethically right for one to be exposing themselves? Yeah, it's part of fashion, but is it morally right? Or fashion doesn't consider moral?
It's not. In 1 or 2 ways, it's never true or it is never supposed to be so. Because when we do it in a way, whatever thing that is supposed to be hidden under the cloth has been exposed out, has come out. But in the name of, let's say, money, in the name of job, in the name of fame, so we tend to do some of these things because influence too is part of it, because we just tend to copy the culture society or the foreigners in terms of that. And as we have models and all that, definitely people to do that for their jobs.
So in terms of fashion, is it necessary going opposite to ethics, moral ethics, for money? Because looking at our recent times, what is really taking our generation, what is really taking lead of our generation is something we call lust. And what our recent times of fashion is also exposing us to this lust. Because the Bible even makes us mention that if you see a woman and you lust after a person, you sin. And here comes our fashion, where fashion is really exposing us to lust. So do we think fashion is doing us good or bad?
When you talk of in that sense of trying to make somebody like your body, make somebody really love the way you are looking by exposing it in that way, then it doesn't correspond to our morals. It doesn't match up with our morals. Because you don't have to dress up in all the way that I have to look sexy as a woman, or a guy as a man. I have to look like, we will have to look super nice. Like, I have to show up my chest, I have to show up my packs for girls to see me so that they'll be like, ooh, you're looking nice, somebody's nice in that way. No, in that sense, it doesn't help. It doesn't go anywhere closer to our morals as we're brought up to know. So, in that case, fashion doesn't correspond to that.
Okay. So, dear viewers, I do really believe that you've learned a lot today, and this program is only brought to you by Exuberance. It's a youth talk show program, just as we have with me my guest. She is a youth and full of ideas about fashion, and just as she's exposed us more to fashion, we've come to the realization that there are some things to do in fashion and they don't really mean fashion as in fashion. And also we are getting interested on the show, but we have no time, so we meet you next time here, right here on the show Exuberance. Once again, my sponsors are Boham Home of Car Tires and Batteries, Viders Home of Cosmetic Products, the New Sean Dental Consult. You can find the New Sean Dental Consult inside the Ken Westin Mall on the second floor of the mall, and also on the same floor of the mall you can find Sankey's Restaurant. And again, just as the name of our guest goes, Miss Ivonche Balfour. And once again, the program is Exuberance. We would want to take the final submission from our guest, and on this stage, we would want you to offer some advice on fashion to our youth who are watching us.
Okay, what I would just say, or what I can say is, it's good to follow fashion, not as to follow it in a bad way. Because when you follow fashion, or when you do fashion, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel great, it makes you feel you also belong. But we have to know where to go, what to wear, and what to do at the right time. You have to, trend on the good side of fashion, but not on the negative side of fashion. You don't have to do things that at the end of the day, it should be on people's lips. It should be rather good things on people's lips as the way you dress than being bad on people's lips. So that is how I would just say, you dress and dress well to look good and to look good for yourself.
That was a nice exposition right there, and I've really enjoyed myself today. Every time here and there on the show, I also find myself being educated, I find myself being communicated, and I find myself being inspired. I hope you're also following the program, and once again, the program is Exuberance. On Facebook, the Exuberance Talk Show. On Instagram, Exuberance. On YouTube, the Exuberance TV. And also on Twitter, we have the Exuberance TV show. Join us next time, same time on Exuberance, as we bring to you the gist about our youth. Stay tuned always. Bye bye.